Welcome to the tutorial for 3-1, Battle over Coruscant. This level is an auto-scroller, with minimal strats you can do to save a couple seconds. For that reason, we've given this level a difficulty rating of 2 and an RNG rating of 1. Gold times for this level are not important, but as you get towards a higher skill level, this can be a good level to examine for some potentially very easy time save. There are a few things you can do in order to speed up the level. The two most notable are using 2 players in order to push each other forward, and pushing into the sides of the map in order to drag the camera in the direction the tracks are going. Regardless of whether or not you are doing the 1P2C, you still should do the camera hugging. It's mostly recommended to hug the camera in corners and do nothing else, but it's slightly faster to occasionally separate your ships and join them up again, as it pushes the front ship slightly forward. This is more advanced, so don't focus on it too much, but it will be demonstrated in this video. Before the actual level, we'll perform another reset. There is no shop trip in this split, so once you load into the game, head to episode 3. You can get switches off to other characters to gain some distance in the episode 3 cantina. Just be sure to watch out what characters actually spawn, as you can get some bad characters that are slower to switch to. There's a lot to memorize here, and the camera hugging only saves about 2 to 4 seconds, so don't worry if you want to just fly through the level normally. First, you want to be shooting with both players the entire time. This will kill ships coming towards you, preventing damage and giving you hearts as needed. When starting the level, you immediately want to hold into the top right corner with player 1, while player 2 goes a little bit later. This will cause player 1 to be in front, being the most optimal arrangement for this level. If during the level player 2 gets in front, just keep playing as normal. The time difference is quite minimal and trying to rearrange them will be slower. Switch to the bottom right when you get past this first set of turrets. When you pass this mini kit, switch to the top left corner. You can shoot these buttons by tapping right with both players to flick a couple of shots over. Continue holding top left, only to come into a void die into the wall. Once you reach this ship, switch to top right coming around this corner, but quickly switch back to top left for the entire next section of the level. When you come over this ship, switch to top right once again, shooting these 2 buttons. Once you shoot the 2 buttons, switch to bottom right. Only going back to top right once you come underneath this ship. Safely navigate into the tunnel, holding up right when you come out. The next red brick pickup of the run is coming up. So be sure to cut to the left side of the screen once you get past this ship. As long as you are at any height on the left side of the map, you will collect the red brick, so your only concern should be hugging the left wall here. Up until this point, and as long as you didn't hit any larger ship, you should never die, but after the red brick, you need to take some care of your heart count. The most important thing is to understand that all dropped hearts from enemy ships will go to the player in front. So firstly, recognize which ship is where and who is low. To get hearts to the ship in the back, you can separate them freely, and maintaining a heart count of 3 hearts or more is the most crucial part of the rest of this level, as a death is extremely punishing and can set you back up to 20 seconds if it happens right before the end. All ships are scripted, so you can prepare for what is to come, and the most dangerous enemies are the 2 tri-fighters directly after the red brick. If you happen to be low, make sure to dodge the shots, as they will always fire towards the bottom left. After this, hug the left side here once you pass this minikit in order to avoid dying to these red lasers. As you approach the final turn, go to the top right, finishing off in the top left of the screen for the final section. Only coming out to shoot the final targets. Make sure to come back to the center of the screen before entering the final tunnel, as just holding top left into the end will cause you to die. As mentioned before, you still want to take this route if you have one player called in, but there is a small time save you can do with just one player. After you collect the red brick, we will use the 2 droid tri-fighters to intentionally lose some health. Ideally, you can take enough damage to get to exactly 1 heart before this tri-fighter right here, and then deliberately die. While this may seem strange, the game actually has a built-in mechanic where your ship actually moves faster after respawning, and it saves a few seconds to die right after the checkpoint here. It's worth noting that this is only a 1-player strat, and this is slower to do with 2 players. However, it is still 4 seconds slower than just playing the level with 2 players. This concludes the Battle over Coruscant tutorial.